So my name is Elliot. I'm a senior at Vero Beach High School. Like one day I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Campus Life today. And I went that day with my cousin, and then I've just been going ever since. The first student leader I had was Brenton. He was just easy to talk to, easy to get along with, and it was the same, in our small groups. Whenever I was in a small group with him, he always had, interesting perspectives on the questions, and, interesting perspectives when he would come up at the end. And so he's had an impact on me. One story I cherish, well, it was actually a couple of months back, one of the days we had, Campus Life, and we had a bigger crowd that day. Like, the room was pretty packed, and I remember we were just talking about, we talked about, sin that day. And I remember, I believe it was Stan at the end, he went up and he, did, a physical demonstration with, it was, some chemicals and stuff. And he used them to make a demonstration of, us, how sin affects our life, and how Jesus can come in and cleanse that sin. And that was probably my favorite, story or memory there, because like I said, we had a pretty big crowd that day, and everyone was really invested in what he was saying. And and he laid it out it made perfect sense. Even people who maybe didn't have a relationship with God, they could understand what he was saying. Campus Life is very strategic about, making it relatable, but still incorporating God in it. So it's at the end of the day, it's helping me to be I'm not, forcing my religion on anyone, but at the end of the day, I can come, I can talk with you about stuff that's relatable. I can give you the Christian perspective, and, it can, be just like that. It's, also caused me to, make sure my relationship with God is right, because I can't reach other people, be a light to other people, if my relationship with God isn't right for itself. So Campus Life has helped me a lot with that. And my relationship with God is not something that I take lightly, and I've grown to really appreciate my relationship with God, because I don't always know how to describe it, but I know I have something a special relationship with God, and it's always meant a lot to me, and I just do my best every day to just keep the relationship pure and keep the relationship real. I've been raised as a Christian, so I understand that, everything I'm doing on this earth is not for me, it's for God. I'm a part of something that's bigger than me, and ultimately, I'm living this life the best I can down here, so one day when I leave this earth, I can, go to, be with God in heaven. And one thing I can say is, I really, appreciate Campus Life, because we live in a time where the world is just crazy, and, over the years, the world has kind of, drifted away from God, and Campus Life is, a way for people to experience God, because, this world needs so much more of God these days, and we need people who are willing to, spread the gospel and, be encouraging to other people. And, Campus Life is doing exactly that.